again. This is your origami workshop. Origami is the art of folded paper. It originates from Japan. It's a great way for us to do a sculpture project with minimal art supplies. All you really need is paper, plus maybe a little precision and persistence. I'm going to do all of the building of the origami from overhead, but before you start that, I just wanted to show you how to get paper ready for origami. If you have origami paper at home and can use it, that is fabulous. If you don't, copy paper from the printer works great, but it has to be a square. If you don't have a paper cutter to make sure it's a precise square, all you have to do is take one corner, fold it on a diagonal until it lines up, remember about that precision, with the other side and makes an even corner, just like that. And then you just have to trim the extra piece off at the bottom to have a square. Now, origami paper is usually blank on one side and colored on the other side, which is really helpful if you're learning how to make origami, because then you can tell which side of the paper is which, rather than it all being the same color and it gets a little confusing. So if you want to make your origami paper colored on one side, the easiest way to do it is to just take a crayon, use the side, hold my paper down. I have a messy mat underneath, and I'm just rubbing my crayon out to the edges. If you want to do multiple colors, if you wanted to draw a patterned paper, you can do that. But if you just want something quick that will have a color on one side of your paper and a blank white on the other side, this is an easy way to do it. So that's just marking my paper, colored on one side, blank on the other. I'm going to be doing my tutorials on practice origami paper, which is a color on one side, blank on the other, not patterned, so it's a little clearer for you to see. If you are good at origami, or you're finding that it's something that you want to keep doing and it's easy for you, you could find pages from magazines, cut them into squares, and you can kind of rely on the images and type that's on both sides to make an interesting origami piece. I'll try to have samples at the end of each video, or maybe at the end of the whole thing, using the different kinds of paper, just so you get an idea of how things look. And I have 5 projects to show you. They get more complex as they go along, so from the easiest to the hardest. And remember, this is a video, so you can pause it, rewind it, watch it again. Make sure that every time you fold the paper, you're folding it precisely. If you make folds that are not that great and don't have good creases, every time you get further into the origami, the more difficult it's going to be for you to finish it. So really take your time, try to make those folds precisely, and work slowly. And you can always go back and watch again. For the sailboat, you can make 2 out of 1 sheet of paper. You need to cut it diagonally across the center, and your first fold is going to be straight up and down with the longest side at the bottom. Here's my paper. Longest side at the bottom, a straight fold across, make that crease, and open it back up. The top of the triangle, you need to fold down till it meets the bottom side, and use those creases to keep it centered. Now the 2 sides, fold up. They should line up with the triangle and go straight up to form a diamond. Now you can see the sails of the boat. Flip it upside down, and that point you just fold up till it touches the bottom of the sails. There's your sailboat. To make the dog face, you need a full sheet of paper with your first fold going diagonally across the center. Here's my piece. Folding diagonally across the center, make a nice crease. The long side is the top and the point is the bottom. Fold across in half and make one more good crease to show the center.
and open it back up. Now each side you want to fold down on an angle. You have to eyeball it a little bit. Those are going to be the ears of the dog hanging over the face. Flip it over, and then that top triangle, just fold down a little bit to square off the bottom. And that's your dog's face. You could just add a little drawing if you want. For the swan, you start with a full piece, and you need to fold your paper in half diagonally in both directions. Here's mine. Folding diagonally in both directions. You'll get that X across the square. Now, holding it like a diamond, you want to fold each side from the bottom into the center, lining up against that center line, and when you're done, your piece is going to look like a kite. Now flip your paper over. You're going to make those same kinds of folds again. The side is folding toward the center, up from the bottom. It will look a little different when you're finished, but you'll basically have kind of a modified kite again. Now take the bottom point, fold it all the way up to the top point. Remember to make those precise folds. And the top of that part, you just fold down a bit. That's going to be the head. Now you need to take the whole piece, hold it and fold it. The neck, the head, and the body are all folded together in half. Now lift up the neck, and when it's where you want it, you pinch a new fold for it to stand up. Same for the head. Start to open it out and then pinch down when the head is facing outward. That's your swan.
I hope you were up to the challenge of making all of the origami projects that I showed you. Remember, practice makes perfect. Try it again sometime. And you don't have to do them all in one sitting. You could try the simpler ones and then go back and try the others. A couple of things I wanted to just mention too. The sailboats are great in the way that you can fold them and have them standing up. And if your horses are a little wobbly, you can take the very bottom of the feet and just fold those corners so you have a little more of a flat edge. I'd love to see what you made. Thanks again. See you soon.